Yes.
It's so
Yeah, I forgot.
good.
I do feel like by the end of it, Bly Manor is still probably going to be my favorite between Hill
Oh
House and Bly
yeah.
Manor. I
Hmm.
just like the 80s and I like London and England, and Flora is just too cute.
Oh my God, she's so cute. Oh my gosh. I really hope that you named this episode Perfectly Splendid.
Oh shit, yeah, that's obvious.
That would be good. Yes. I was like, I hope she I was gonna like text you to tell you to like do that anyway. I was
Yeah.
like, name it Perfectly Splendid.
Remind me by Wednesday before while
Wednesday.
I'm struggling with a title for this episode
Okay,
because that
okay.
shit's been hard because of our
Yes.
breaks. Our listens are low, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's
We're getting back into it.
we
Hello
are.
and welcome to the Real Horror Show podcast. I'm your host Samantha, joined by the Doctor Stormy Skies.
Oh, hello.
She's
uh,
officially done.
I am done officially, so you know what that means. It's time to ramp up the real horror show.
Yeah,
Am I right?
enjoy life again. We can
Yes.
probably be a lot more consistent
Yeah,
and
dude. Promise.
maybe have a consistent enough schedule for to feel comfortable enough inviting guests because I always have the
Yeah.
door open for anyone who wants to join us, but also
Right.
our schedules are a little crazy. Like it is currently 11:15 a.m. daylight savings.
Yeah,
So
which means it's really 10.
yeah, I was about to say it's really 10 and I've been up since I guess 8:30, which
Yeah,
I guess
which
for
is
normal functioning people that's an appropriate time to wake up, but I
right,
have
right.
spring is springing,
Yeah,
allergies are kicking in. My
right.
eye is driving me crazy right
Oh
now.
God.
Um,
Oh.
but it's all good. It's all good. Because things could be worse. We could be haunted by
Oh my
some guy with
gosh.
shiny eyes
Yes, in like mirrors and shit.
in mirrors and
So,
shit.
yeah.
That's right. This We're finally moving on from Hill House and heading into Bly Manor, which was Mike Flanagan's second show for Netflix. And it's set in England. It's based on the novella Turn of the Screw.
Yeah, yeah. I've not read
And
that though.
yeah, I haven't either. This one I have watched in full, so it's not going to be a surprise. The next one, Midnight Mass, will be full of surprises.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. So I have also watched Bly Manor, but it's been so long, so I'm glad for the refresher. But Midnight Mass,
I know
I
that
can't
one
wait
gets
to
pretty
talk about
insane.
that. Can't wait to talk about. Yeah.
So yeah, Victoria Peretti is leading this one. She was kind of I would say she was more of a side character in Hill House. She
Yeah.
was she was freshly discovered by Mike Flanagan, so Bly Manor is now her time to shine and really show her whole range of sad faces.
Yes, yes. There is a bunch more.
Hmm. Yeah, sorry, coffee.
That's
It's
okay.
super early. I'm trying to think I just watched this episode.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
she's been in London. Her character, the au
Hmm.
pair, shit,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Au pair. Her name is Danny,
Dani,
right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Dani has been in London for 6 months after something happened in her past. She's a fourth grade teacher. We don't know what's happened just yet, just that she's being haunted by
Yeah.
this black silhouette with shiny eyes.
Hmm. Very
And
spooky.
it's very disturbing. And she sees an ad in a newspaper for an au pair live-in situation out in the countryside. So she interviews. It's a terrible interview, super awkward.
Yeah.
And she runs into him at a pub, and they really hit it off at the pub. And she ends up getting the job and leaving the next day. And we
Mhm.
meet the two kids she's taking care of, Miles, who's a little shit, and
Yes.
Flora, who is just too cute for words.
Miles is like weirdly creepy, like a grown ass man creepy.
I forgot how creepy he
You
was.
know what I mean? Like the fuck?
I think I think I watched this as it was coming out on Netflix because I feel like I watched it in my old apartment. So it has been
Okay.
quite a while since I watched it, and I forgot how just fucking creepy out the gate Miles is.
Yeah, out the gate. I'm just like,
Bro, chill. Why are you
yes,
peeping on your nanny?
I
God.
know.
Um,
Out of here.
and then there's Miss Gruce, who is the not governess because that's technically what.
Yeah, I don't
Dani
know
is
what
supposed to
she
be.
is. She's just
She's
like,
she's the head of the house. She
yeah.
maintains the manor when the family's gone.
Yes,
And
yes.
she's a little spacey, and we'll find out why much later in the series.
Hmm.
But we meet her, we meet the hot chef, Miles, not Miles, Owen,
Owen. Miles.
um,
Fucking kid.
who he really is great after watching him in Follow the House of Usher compared to this. Like, he is a very attractive man, but they do a
He
very good
is.
job at diminishing how hot he is in this series and just make him very
Ugh,
nerdy and kind of meek.
I know he's also in Midnight Mass, and
Yes.
he is English.
Hmm.
So that's his accent, but in Midnight Mass he is not English, so he has an American accent, aka
Ooh.
no accent. You know what I
Ooh.
mean?
Well, I mean, we
Ooh.
have an accent, but just not to us.
Oh yeah, I see. What I
Just
wonder
like,
what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's not very cool.
I don't think it is.
Not very fancy, like English accent. Anyway, okay, sorry.
Um,
But yeah,
so yeah,
Owen's super hot.
she meets the crew, including the hot groundskeeper, but we don't really pick up on the lesbian undertones just yet.
Dude, I
Sorry,
totally
spoiler.
sorry, spoiler, but anyway, I was gonna say another spoiler is that I was like, oh yeah, the I was like, what's with the sorry, I keep like coughing, but like what's with the garter? And I was like, oh shit, that's because they're gay together. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So like I
they will
totally
be gay
forgot.
together.
Sorry guys.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, there's like a lesbian thing. But there was a lesbian thing in Hill House,
Yeah, and there was a
so yeah.
lesbian thing in Follow the House of Usher. Just with
Yes,
Mike Flanagan loves his lesbian representation.
he does. He gets a little bit of lesbian some every time.
Yeah,
A little bit
which
of
we
lesbians.
love. And he had a slutty
Yes.
bisexual man in Fall of the House of Usher, which is a nice departure from the
Oh
slutty bisexual
yeah.
woman.
Yes, he sure did have that. The kid, yeah, who had the
Hmm.
party.
Hmm.
Um, but also, yeah, we all this is happening, but backing up to the beginning, we do have like like a narrator situation happening with
Yeah,
Carla Gugino,
yeah, our girl.
but she has a fake English
Yeah,
accent.
yeah. Or is it supposed to be Irish? I can't tell.
I can't tell. That's a good question. But anyway,
Either
doesn't
way,
matter.
yeah, that's a good thing you brought up is this is framed as a ghost story that is being told at someone's wedding weekend,
Yeah, wedding weekend.
which just happens in the English countryside. That's just something you do with your friends is you stay up late drinking and telling ghost stories. If that wasn't what we did, we wouldn't have Frankenstein.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
dang. Why don't we do that anymore, Sam?
and speaking of the wedding weekend, the groom is Mr. Greg Sestero,
Oh
aka
my God.
Mark
Oh, I
from
didn't even
The Room.
notice. Oh God. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah,
That when was he even in it?
I didn't know the first time I
Yeah.
watched it
Uh-huh.
until I was looking to see what else Greg Sestero has done because this came out right around the time Greg's big movie that he wrote and I think directed came out, Best Friends, which stars him and Tommy Wiseau again, and it's very art house and it's really good. I quite like it. So I was like, well, what else has he done besides The Room? And I saw he was in this as I was actively watching it.
Okay, I looked up a picture of them in this first episode, and
Hmm.
now I see that it is him, but his hair's like weird, so
Yeah,
it totally threw me the fuck off.
yeah. We have to keep in mind when we're talking about Greg Sestero in modern times, when we know him from The Room, it's been, I think it's been 22 years since The Room released. He looks
Yeah,
different.
he does.
Tommy, not so much.
Yeah. Tommy's the
But
same. He looks like a freak.
but Greg has aged quite nicely, but
Yeah,
he's not that baby pretty boy
right.
anymore.
He just looks like an older man.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is. But yeah, thank you for reminding me now I see that he was there and he was in the chair during the ghost story. He was in the chair during the little dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dani moves into the house and Miles is a little shit. Flora's adorable.
Yeah.
At that time, we learned that Flora has a very nice dollhouse that's essentially a replica of Bly Manor.
Yeah.
And Danny's like, "Is this doll supposed to be me?" And she's like, "No, don't be stupid. It's a doll. It's not you." Even though it is her
It is
because
her.
we don't know this yet, but there's something going on with the dolls where Flora is using the dolls to protect the residents of the manor. That's what Miss Grose tells Dani in
Yeah, in the
the
little
church, in the
chapel
little
thing. Yeah.
chapel. And Dani says, well, I think it's really great, but you need to take care of yourself because Flora is super traumatized from the last au pair killing
Mhm.
herself in the lake
Oh, yeah. Damn.
because she was the one who found it,
Yes.
found the body.
Yeah, it is in the body. Yes.
And um she and Miles lock Dani in the closet, and Dani is, I think, a combination of claustrophobic and also being haunted by this guy.
Yeah, the guy.
So she
The
has a
glowy
full on
eyes guy.
she has a full on breakdown, and they're like, "We're sorry, we lost the key. We
Why'd they
didn't."
do that, Sam? Why'd they
I
do it?
I feel like to protect her because she didn't listen to
Oh.
Flora on the first night and got out of bed after
Oh.
dark.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. I
Yeah,
see.
I think
Yes.
in their little child brains they were protecting her, but really just
Yeah.
traumatizing her.
Now she's like more scared than ever. Way to
Yeah.
go, everybody.
Yeah. And when she leaves the room, she sees wet footprints leading down the
Yeah.
hall, and she thinks it's the kids, but well, I guess I watched a little bit into the next episode
You
while I was
did,
waiting for my
didn't
breakfast to
you?
arrive. But yeah,
Ooh,
that's
sick.
episode one.
She does also see the dude from Hill House. I'm calling him Luke because he's Luke in Hill House, but
Hmm.
like he's like a man, but then he disappears
Oh
and
yeah,
know
there was
anything
the
about him.
guy on the
I don't
parapet.
and we don't know what his name is yet either. I'm just calling him Luke from Hill House because he's like the
Yeah,
addict guy.
yeah, yeah. We don't know him yet, but he is Luke from Hill House.
But he was there and then he was gone. And then they were like, maybe it was just your imagination, love. And she was just like, okay. No.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll see him again. He didn't wave at her, but she waved at him on the parapet, indeed. I totally forgot this was set in like 80s,
yeah.
you know?
And it's a really well done 80s too.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
her hair looks messy all the time, and I feel like that's a very 80s thing because of the products we were using at the time. By we,
We're just shit.
I mean parents.
Yeah, we isn't like people from the 80s, not you and
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, we
We is
weren't.
the society.
Well, I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
because our parents are all hoarders, we were still using the same products
Mhm.
from the 80s
Hell yeah,
because
we
they just
were.
clung to they
Yeah,
yeah, they just clung to what was in the bottles forever.
absolutely. Yeah. And then like we never got rid of stuff that was expired, of
Oh,
course,
oh
especially if it was
yeah.
hair stuff. I
No,
just shit. Yeah.
every time I open up new makeup and throw out my old makeup,
Hmm.
I think back to my mom's makeup basket and how I'm pretty sure she was using the same shit for
All of
20
it.
years.
Yes, 20 years and it's all still there. It was
Yeah.
never used up completely, but there was just always more makeup. So it's
And
just like
it
a
has
ton of makeup.
that smell you just,
Oh, yeah, it does.
that
That means
lovely
it's
powdery smell.
right, right, exactly. So
I
we
mean, I
all know
guess
it. Yeah.
in her defense, she did use mostly powders, so I feel like that's
Okay.
less detrimental than
Yes, then like
liquids.
the wet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when lipstick is bad, you like
Oh
know
yeah.
because that has that smell, and you're just like,
Oh yeah.
but lipstick is so big, like damn, it takes forever.
Yeah.
Holy
But I
shit.
remember the smell of my mom's makeup in that basket, that
Yeah.
powdery,
Uh-huh.
fresh smell.
Yes, yeah.
All
Heck
the
yeah.
black compacts that look the same.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah,
Uh
that's what was going on with Dani
yeah.
and her
It's I think
style.
it's very well done 80s. I do
Yeah.
think still, even in the show, like the wardrobe looks really great, but I do feel like there is a fear of fully embracing
Yes.
what people were doing to their hair in the 80s. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna give Dani a pass while she's in England because having been to England 3 times and
Yeah.
just traveling in general, it's very hard to maintain your normal hairstyling routine in unfamiliar locations with different water.
Yes, yeah, different water, you're right.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. How are you liking the we have some of the same actors from Hill House. How are you liking seeing them in like different roles?
I like it. I'm fine with it. I think the bigger jump is seeing them in Fall of the House of Usher because that show is a bit more
Yeah.
there's more campiness to it. I won't call it camp, but
Yeah, I agree
they're
though.
just very different. Like tonally wise, I feel like it's not too big of a shift from Hill House. There's still this tragic element to
Hmm.
horror we're going with, but when we jump and go to Fall of the House of Usher,
Hmm.
it's much more industrial, much sharper, much cleaner, and the characters are a little campier because they're all rich trust fund babies.
Right. Yeah, that's a
So
really good point.
I would say
Yeah.
going from Hill House to this is a lot
Yes.
easier. And also, I think the whole being set in the 80s helps with
Yeah.
that. They're very tonally, it's the same, but they are different characters going through different character arcs.
Yeah.
And I would say Dani is still just as tragic as
As
Nell.
yeah, as no,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's such a good point.
But
Yeah,
that's
because it's
still,
still a ghost story. Yeah,
but that
yeah.
that could still just be Victoria Peretti's face and how good she is at always looking so sad.
Yeah, yeah. That can be true.
Because Dani definitely has this sadness
Oh,
in
definitely.
her. She says she's not running from anything, but for
Yeah.
those of us who have watched the show, we know she is running
Right.
from
Yes.
her lesbianism straight into a lesbian's arms.
Yeah, straight into the gay gardener, because of course it had to be a gay woman doing the garden things.
There's a trimming the bushes joke in
Just
there somewhere.
trimming the yeah, trimming the bushes. Damn. Oh man.
No,
But yeah,
I would say
yeah,
the
yeah.
bigger jump was going from Fall of the House of Usher back to Hill House because
Yeah.
those characters were just very over the top
Yeah. It was like a murder
caricatures of
mystery. Yeah.
rich people.
Hmm.
And then going back to Hill House, you're going back to kind of a traditional ghost story being told.
Yes, more traditional ghost story,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, and then that was, yeah, like a murder mystery, but there was still
Yeah.
like haunting a little bit. But the haunting
Hmm.
was like mostly like, I don't know, it was more psychological
Yeah.
thriller and more, it was like more with a lot more action because of there was like the killings, you
Yeah.
know. Everybody was already
With
dead in these
yeah.
these shows, you know what I mean?
With the transition from Hill House to Bly Manor, we're going from an American ghost story
To a British ghost
to an
story.
English Gothic
English. English
horror.
Gothic, yes.
Yeah. So I think looking at story wise and how the story unfolds will be interesting and a good analysis for American ghost stories versus English ghost stories. Because I've
Yeah.
always said I'm not. I like ghost stories when they're outside of America because I don't know, they just
Yeah.
feel better to me.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
I don't know.
different.
Um, anyway, so we're done
Eh,
with episode 1 of Bly
yes.
Manor.
Yes, we
Let's
are.
go ahead and pick our movie, which I've already pulled up because I see it's on Shutter now, and I've been wanting to watch
Yay.
it for a while.
Okay, cool. What is it?
The Coffee Table.
Oh, the coffee table. Wasn't expecting that one. What the fuck is this?
I don't know, but
Word.
I have heard unironically good things about it. It is a Spanish language horror movie. It's 90 minutes, which we love.
Word.
Um,
Love it.
Jesus and Maria are a couple who have just become parents and they decide to buy a new coffee table, a decision that will change their existence.
Wow. That sounds
And
crazy.
because I love one thing I love about Shutter is you can read other member reviews. We see quite a few one-star reviews, but slow
Yeah.
but worth watching, more tension and insanity than any of the current horror movies I've seen in a while. This movie is more of a tearjerker. This sucked me in, couldn't look away, disturbing and weird. Two that say I need to go wash my brain.
Wow. Okay.
Feels a lot like what Edgar Allan Poe may have written if he'd been alive today.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
So I think I've heard unironically good things about the coffee table. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to
Okay.
see it's on Shutter and to talk about it.
Let's do it. I'm looking at pictures of the movie, and I hate to say that the man in the film looks quite old to be a first-time parent, but that is okay. I
Well,
was
you
like,
know what they say is men can become fathers as long as they can still ejaculate.
you know what? Also, that was my second thought. I was
Yeah.
like, honestly, it doesn't matter how old this dude is. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as they can, get it up and finish.
Yeah. Yes. 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 It says Jesus and Mary, oh, sorry, Jesus and Mary
I've
in
read it as Jesus
IMDb.
first too.
Yeah, and then Jesus and Maria over here.
But I think this will be fun. It's been a
Yeah.
while, quite a while since we've done another language. So,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what we strive for is diversity in the horror movies we watch.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. Um, so I'm very excited to watch this on Sh and I'm excited to watch it on Shudder because I feel bad because you and I have Shudder and I feel like we need to like it's hard to try to utilize that a
Yeah.
lot. So
I try to utilize it a lot more because that's
good.
where the most
Yeah.
interesting new horror is coming out on.
Okay, word. Okay, so we
And
will watch
also, one thing I really like about Shudder on the TV, again,
that.
not sponsored, is
Yeah.
they, since their inception, they've always done a live feed of movies when you open the
Oh.
app. So when you open the app, it's already playing a movie on the TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
So I've gotten sucked into
yeah.
new, interesting
Nice.
horror movies that way.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I've always liked that about the app. And I was an early adopter of Shudder, not to be all hipster about
No,
it.
you're fine. Yeah.
Um, But I signed up like right when they first launched back in 20 some 2011, 2012,
Yeah.
2013.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
was in college
Okay.
and that was a rough time when they first launched because there were just buffering issues all around and that could have been the
Oh,
internet I was on when I was trying to get into them.
okay.
But yeah, no. I love that Shudder exists. I'm glad that they've taken off and I can't wait to watch The Coffee Table.
The coffee table, yes, I know, me too. So that is very exciting. And we will watch that this week and then talk about it on Sunday at
Awesome.
11. Yeah. All right, word. Any other cool news?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm
me neither.
half tempted to do another solo review of a horror movie I paid money for. I pre-ordered and bought the Blu-ray because I trusted people in our community, and I'm never gonna do that again.
Oh no, what was the
The
movie?
movie's called Looky Loo. You can only watch it via Blu-ray at this moment, via
Oh,
physical release. It's not on streaming.
okay.
And every review I saw was, this movie's gonna make you so uncomfortable. You're gonna make sure your doors are locked, did that.
Oh God.
You close your blinds at night, which I already close my blinds at night, not because I live in Appalachia, but because I
That's
don't
what you
want
do.
people
Yeah.
looking in my windows
The
at night.
fuck? I know. What the fuck?
And so I watched this movie and I'm really excited because I figured it'd be like the Poughkeepsie tapes, which I do really like the Poughkeepsie tapes. But no,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the Poughkeepsie tapes. And there was one moment in particular that I am still pissed about to
Okay.
this day. It's been a week and I'm still pissed about it. It creeps into the back of my mind when I'm just minding my business and I'm pissed about it.
Yeah.
So it's found footage, of course. It's from the perspective of the looky loo, the peeper, the peeping Tom turned murderer. He's
Okay.
in the woman's closet peeping on her as she gets ready for bed. She gets out of the shower, she's wearing a big t-shirt, she puts on underwear. That's fine. That's
Yep.
totally fine. That's
Fine.
acceptable. That's
Yes.
normal behavior.
Normal. Yeah.
What isn't normal behavior is then she puts on thigh-high socks with her big oversized
No,
t-shirt.
no, that's not that's no.
Right.
We
Every
no.
woman I have told this to is like, no,
No.
absolutely
No.
not. No.
No.
And then she goes to turn the light off in her bedroom. And you know what? You know what? Every other light is on in the house.
What the fuck?
And her bedroom door is wide open. And that just ruins my immersion in the film because I know they did that because they
Yeah.
couldn't afford a night vision camera
Oh
to
my
show shit in the
God.
dark. And they couldn't come up with a more creative lighting device than leaving on the hallway light, the bathroom light, the
Right.
kitchen light, and
What about
leaving
like
her
a
bedroom door
yeah.
wide open as she goes to bed.
What about like a little nightlight in her rooms
I
in
know
case
you could
that's
have
what she
created
likes?
such
Yes.
creepy ambient lighting, natural, realistic lighting with a nightlight.
Yeah, yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
And
and we don't
anyway,
do
I'm just
fucking
I
thigh highs
anyway
in the bed.
I've been mad about the thigh high thing because that feels blatantly not it was directed by a man, so
Of course, yes, of
I feel
course it
like
was. He has no fucking idea.
I feel like that shot in particular
Yeah.
was filmed for the male gaze,
Yeah, definitely it was.
which
Like, yeah.
if you're a peeping Tom peeping on women who are
Yeah.
just going about their day not thinking they're being watched,
Yeah. You're
we're
not gonna do
vile
that shit.
creatures.
Yeah, right. Right, we are. And also the socks we wear to bed are like little socks.
Yeah, I don't even wear socks to bed unless my feet are really gross and I need to put lotion on.
I wear them to bed if it's cold out, but it sounds like it was summertime in the
Yeah,
film or something like that,
yeah,
so she doesn't even need fucking socks.
yeah. Thigh
She's
highs
got
were definitely for
blankets.
the male gaze.
That's so
Because
dumb.
if it was filmed with from the female gaze, she would have sat on her bed with a magnifying mirror for 30 minutes picking at
Popping
her
pimples,
pores.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Well, I'm looking at the storyline here and it says blah blah blah. He becomes infatuated with Courtney, who is Thigh High Girl, I guess, and unbeknownst to her, he stalks and films her repeatedly, making her a star in his deranged magnum opus. He's ducking the police at every. Are the police after him? How
They
the fuck
put
do they
up
know he's
they
there?
put up help wanted they put up wanted signs.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Does he like, okay, voyeurism, obsession, power of images, chilling atmosphere, and gritty, disturbing imagery? Wow, is it quite disturbing, Sam?
No, no, I was
Will that
disappointed.
disturb me enough to like be worried about my windows and shit? No.
No,
Ugh. Who wrote this
I
storyline?
I prefer like I've been searching. What I'm really into right now is just watching compilations of creepy ring doorbell things caught on ring doorbells. That's the shit that creeps me out and makes me uncomfortable and feels like someone was watching me through the window. So I was hoping to capture that in a horror movie, but it was not. And I was disappointed. And I am all for ourselves and our fellow horror movie aficionados getting their payday, getting bank for, promoting movies. I just want you to be fucking honest when you're doing it. Like,
Right. Yes. Don't say it's like the fucking scariest shit when it's not. I hate hearing that.
so disappointed.
It's always, and you know what? Whenever I hear that, that's how I know it's not scary, in fact.
Yeah.
So like they fucked it up. So
Yeah.
I can't trust anybody unless I go see it,
Yeah.
literally.
I trust myself.
I trust your judgment. So if ever I need to see something, I will ask you
Yeah.
first because I know that you don't bullshit around,
Yeah.
Sam.
Well, I appreciate that. What an honor.
Absolutely, because you know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's all I have for this week.
Word. Okay, same here. So let's watch the coffee table and then we'll talk about it next week, guys.
All right.
On Shutter.
Best
Yay.
of luck with daylight savings this week. It's going to be rough.
Oh yeah, good luck everybody. Try to like survive it.
Drink coffee, rest when you need it, because
Yeah.
it's. Can we just do daylight savings on like Friday night instead of Sunday or Saturday? I don't know.
I don't
Like
know.
Saturday morning
Yeah.
instead
Yeah,
of right
like
before the work week.
for real.
Give me a day.
Yes. That's why everyone has like heart attacks and shit on their way to work because they
Yeah.
like can't handle it.
Yeah.
You know what
Uh, yeah. All
I mean?
right.
Sorry.
That's a good note to leave
That's the
it
real
on.
horror show, you
Yeah,
guys.
that is. Sorry. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
And there's a creepy dog that always follows you.